From new vegetables in Minecraft to anti-mob force fields, let's have a look at 50 of the best Minecraft build hacks, and some of these will definitely shock you. Let's kick things off with a broken bridge. You can build this bridge by placing hanging signs. This build could also be used as a not working ladder. It also fits perfectly into a jungle environment. You might as well add some tiki torches to your fallen bridge by placing bamboo fences with a candle on top of them to add some texture to your builds. If you like using bamboo as your material, then you could make an easy corn farm by placing bamboo and a bamboo fence on top of it. Just don't try to eat it because it probably won't work. You can make a cool looking bamboo storage by placing bamboo blocks and surrounding them with fences, making them look as if they were tied by ropes. Another easy plant to make in Minecraft is lettuce. You can do this by placing an armor stand with a turtle helmet underground and pushing grass with a piston on top of it, adding more variety to your farms. We've got pumpkins, melons, and eggplant. You can make this new plant by placing a cherry wood block with a sea pickle on top of it, making it seem as if Minecraft added a new plant into the game. We know that redstone isn't a fruit, but if we place vines on the side of it, then it kinda looks like a berry, and if you place some berry bushes next to it, then it's even more realistic. If for some reason you want to make an abandoned farm, you can place a stripped bamboo block with glow lichen surrounding it, and a pickle on top, making it look like a withered pumpkin. Another easy to make build hack is placing pots hanging from leaves to imitate a Minecrafty coconut tree. If we're on the topic of pots, you can make many build hacks with them, such as a boxing bag by placing two pots on top of each other, attached by a chain to some kind of foundation or ceiling. The next build hacks are going to be even crazier than the ones before, but the best ones are saved for last, so stick till the end. You can also use this all-rounded block to make your treasury look much cooler, by placing them near your gold to look as pots filled with coins. You can also make a water filler by placing a pot with an attached blue glass pane going into something which looks like a faucet. If you're into building volcano-related environments, then you can make these cool looking geysers by placing a fireplace with a pot on top of it and covering it up with a carpet, which will still leave the top of the pot not covered, making it look like a realistic geyser. You can also use pots as a cooking pot if you place it above a fire and connect it with fences and some chains at the side. Pots can even be used to make a pet bowl if we use the same building technique as with the geysers, by just covering up the pots with carpet, but sadly you won't be able to place anything in them. If we're on the topic of pets, you can make an entrance for your dog or cat by placing a hanging sign beside your door instead of a block. You can also use this technique to make a doghouse or a hideout for your cat. You can make these easy move sensor doors by using skulk sensors, and this is how you build it. Use 2 sensors, 2 repeaters, a few wool blocks, some redstone, 2 redstone torches, 4 pistons, and your choice of building blocks, and you have an automatic door. If you don't want to make any fancy door but want it to be extra safe, build it with end rods. This door is wide enough for you to enter, but too small for mobs like zombies, keeping you safe, and actually, on second thought, being quite stylish. You can actually make an organic carpet. First, perform some animal cruelty on a sniffer and push it into a big enough hole. Now cover up the crime scene and the sniffer's top should still be visible, making it look like a real carpet. If you're building some kind of camping area, you could make a stand to roast your meat by attaching cherry wood or some other block which looks like a piece of meat and attach it to some sticks with a chain. If you want to make your lava more realistic, then place a few campfires underneath it to give it a realistic effect of fumes coming out of it. Same goes for authentic waterfalls. By using the same technique, if you place fireplaces under a waterfall, it will look from far away as if the waterfall is making particles by hitting the water. If you're into building original trees, then you can use fences instead of blocks to make them stand out from the other ones. You can also make trees by using blocks of similar color but different texture, making them much more cool and original. If we're talking about trees, then you can actually shape how your tree sapling is going to look by placing blocks around it to alter its height and width. Rails can be used for many things, like a very quick transport system if you place them in this weird pattern, but a boat on ice will still probably be quicker. But they can also be used as a protective barrier from mobs, because when placed, mobs like zombies cannot cross them. The Minecraft bed is kinda plain and boring, but if we place an armor stand below with a colored leather helmet, we will add more texture by adding a pillow. We can use the same technique with a colorless leather helmet with a white trim to make it look like an open book. If you're into decorating your house, then you can make an easy couch with pillows using also leather helmets. You can also make a realistic sink by using a few spruce trapdoors, a pot below as a drain, and a tripwire hook as the tap. Instead of using pav blocks, you can replace solid blocks with slabs or stairs and waterlog them to add more texture to your roads and pavements. Glow lichen is one of the most useful blocks for cool builds, because you can put it under carpet to make it float, enabling you to make builds like these cool beach umbrellas. While you're on the beach, you can make these sand castles by placing some sandstone walls and putting some yellow candles on top of them, adding a cool vibe to your beach builds. If you want to add more details in your base, then you can make this easy teacup by placing a covered pot with some cookies next to it. This simple build hack lets you easily gather animals without them running away. Place a few trapdoors and gather mobs into them. While the animals can enter the trapdoors, they cannot escape them. If you want to have your food on display but don't want to use item frames, then use a burned out fireplace to imitate shelves which you can place items on. If you have some kind of elevator in your base or stairs and want to show which one goes up and which one down, then use Nether upgrade templates as arrows pointing the way. If your base is feeling empty, then make an aquarium in it. You can either make a small one with just trapdoors, or go all out and build a huge one covering up a whole wall. The next 10 build hacks are the best ones I could find, so I hope you enjoy them. If your cobble generator isn't working properly or you want it to look better, place waterlogged mangrove roots with lava flowing into them, and it will look much better and work without ever troubleshooting. If you want to make an old school TV, then get some old looking block, add a painting, and throw 2 tridents at the top to imitate antennas. If you want to add some style to your base, then why not add a hot tub? You can do this by putting some spruce trapdoors and water, and to add a bit of realism, below the water place campfires to add fumes coming out of the water. If you want to have a working trash can in your base, then place a lava bucket and surround it with trapdoors of choice, and your build is done. And now you can open it, throw things in it, and they automatically destroy themselves. Normal trees have no details in them, so if you want, you can make bird nests by placing a horn coral fan and waterlogging a nearby leaf so the coral doesn't turn gray. If you want to display your trophies in a cool way, you can place a dragon head and push an end rod into it to make it look like a sword. And if you want it to be super realistic, you can place some redstone to resemble ketchup. If you want to add street lights into your Minecraft city, then you can do it using banners with this combination of colors and patterns. Another use for banners is to make mirrors. You can achieve this by adding a white and light blue color theme to your banner, making your Minecraft toilet stand out. If you're into building upside down structures and want to add mobs into them, the easiest way to do it is to add a fence above the structure and tie a mob with a leash to it, named Dinnerbone or Grum, to make them upside down. The best build hack of them all is making working chairs. You can do this by enslaving a llama. Its L-shaped head helps to use it as a chair. We can then throw an invisibility potion on it and build a frame surrounding it to make it look real. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing, and even checking out my other videos.